Wow, that's a lot of stuff that got revealed. First we had the Sakura trailer, and then we had every other character for Season 3. That's a lot to take in, and I do appreciate how they gave us a silhouette tease, but then they changed it completely and said, nah fam, here's every single character. And I do apologize for making this video so late, but I do have a day job, unfortunately, so I can't make these kinds of videos as soon as everybody else. I do have a regular day job, and I get home in the middle of the day and then I make some YouTube stuff. That is my daily routine day in and day out, with the weekends being the obvious exception. Okay, so I'm honestly not sure which one to do first. Let's go ahead and talk about the characters that got revealed first, because the Sakura trailer has a lot more to break down, so I'm gonna go ahead and do that second. I'm gonna start off with the appetizer, then work my way up to the main course. All in all, I'm pretty satisfied with the characters that we got in Season 3. I love Sakura. I don't play Sagat at all, but I'm glad he's back. I don't play Blanca either, but I'm glad he's back. I don't play Cody, but I'm glad he's back. I also like how he looks a little bit different, though I do definitely want a nostalgia costume for him. And with the exception of Blanca, everyone seems to have a new costume in this DLC pack, which is a good idea from a business standpoint since they can sell you the nostalgia costume later for some extra dough. Pretty smart move on their end, and I always love seeing some new costumes, so I'm not very upset about it. Sakura finally graduated high school, which is nice. I think she's a flight steward, someone pointed out, and her secondary costume has her working at an arcade lounge, which is pretty cute. She actually works at the arcade, so she has 2 different costumes for 2 different jobs. She's a busy girl. She's moving up in the world, trying to pay her way through college, and not by being a stripper. Good job, Sakura, good for you. Now, I'm not sure how to feel about G. I get that he's supposed to be an evil Uncle Sam, but I just don't like his look. He doesn't really fit the style of the game at all. He looks dirty. He looks dirty, which is weird because he's covered in gold, so I think he's supposed to be wealthy, but he still just looks gross. He looks gross in every way. Some people have said he might be a grappler. That would be interesting. I might play him if he's a grappler, but I still just can't get over how ugly he is. He looks really gross. He feels completely out of place. Was he outsourced? Capcom, did you outsource him? That's not a big deal. Let's move on to Faulk. She's obviously one of Ed's partners with his new little Shadowloo group that he's got started. I would love if Ed turns out to be Bison. Like he has Bison's spirit inside of him, he doesn't know it. Maybe it's like 10% of his brain, but it's slowly growing. So every single decision he makes is slowly turning him back into Bison. He's slowly making a second Shadowloo. And then finally, before it's too late, he realizes, oh no, it's been Bison this whole time. He's been manipulating me. I haven't been making these decisions consciously. It's been Bison pulling the strings, but it's too late. He's taken over by Bison. Bison's now steering the ship. I would actually love that as a twist. I think it would be awesome, but at the same time, I don't want Bison to come back. I just think that story sounds kind of neat, the story that I made up in my own head. Now, if I was to guess, I'd say that Faulk is going to play a lot like Rolento. Hopefully not too much like him, but I do want the Rekkas back. I would not mind the Rekkas. She clearly has a cane very similar to his. It's not a huge staff, a tiny little pole cane. Unless it can extend, maybe it can, but I don't think so. That would be really cool if it could extend, but I don't think so. I don't think she's Billy Kane. I think she's Rolento. And during my break at work, I did some research, and her name apparently comes from the word falcon. So it's like falconry. She's supposed to be a person who does falconry, but that doesn't really make any sense because I don't see a bird in the trailer. So maybe they just chose a name that they thought sounded cool, but I'm not gonna lie, Capcom, that's a pretty weird name. Honestly, both names for these characters sound extremely forgettable. You have G and Faulk. Neither one resonates very well in my ears. I don't see those names being remembered, and I feel like whenever you make a new character in a game, you should make them with the goal of them being successful, with fans wanting them to reappear. But I feel like these names just make them seem like throwaway characters. Faulk and G? You're not even trying with G. There must be something behind that name, but I don't get it. Faulk, I understand, it means falcon. It doesn't have to imply falconry. You don't know what your kid's gonna be before you name them, obviously, right? You don't know what they're gonna turn out to be. But I don't understand why you would give her a name like falconry when she's not going to use a bird. Unless there is a bird and they just chose not to include it, that'd be weird. She'd be like a mix of Rolento and that bird girl from King of Fighters. That would be super annoying to deal with. Not as annoying as Blanca though, am I right? Blanca is super annoying to play against, by the way. He's super frustrating. For anyone who hasn't had the Street Fighter 4 experience, he's very tough to deal with. And in Street Fighter 5, where there's even less projectiles, oh my god, he's going to be even harder to deal with. Alright, I think that's enough for the DLC characters. Let's move on to the Sakura trailer. Now when I first saw the Sakura trailer, I kept thinking, where's her V-skill? Then it dawned on me that she might get the Kami treatment, meaning one of her old school moves actually became her V-skill. They didn't give her a new move, they just made one of her existing moves into her V-skill. And I think it's her hop. Her hop attack where she flies through the air and can do a punch, or a kick, or even a throw now. She has way more options than she used to now. Seems pretty useful, goes over fireballs, she can extend combos, she can special cancel it. It seems a lot more versatile this time around, and it has a lot more options as well. Now the trailer did show both her V-triggers, but I'm not quite sure what her V-triggers do. I think one of them enhances her fireballs, and the other allows her to cancel her special moves into each other. And can I just say I'm really tired of that? I think we have 3 characters so far that can do that. Even Akuma in Season 2 can actually do that with his V-Trigger too. So I don't find that very creative, and a bit more concerning, I never saw her do a charged Hadouken in the trailer, which was a very big deal in Street Fighter 4. A lot of people thought that she would have a focus attack for her V-skill, so that's out the window, and also it seems like her Fireball is gone. Her charged Fireball is gone. I hope she can still do it, that was a very big part of her game. For anyone who's not aware, or maybe you just didn't play Sakura, her Fireball never went full screen, and if you charged it, it went even shorter, but it lasted on screen for a bit longer. It was meatier, so it was great for Oki pressure. You would actually drop your combo intentionally, you charge the Fireball, then release it, and it would actually hover over their body, and they'd be forced to block it, and you could go for a mix-up. That was one of the best things about Sakura. So if that charged Fireball is gone, that's going to be a big hit to her playstyle. Anyone who mained her before is going to have to find some new strategies with her. And I feel a big part of her new playstyle is going to be that V-skill, so make sure to put some time in the lab with that V-skill. We also saw a new stage in the trailer that was cool. I'm not a huge fan of it, but I do respect that it's very nostalgic for a lot of players, so I'm still glad it's back. It's the same way I felt about Blanca and Sagat and Cody. I don't care if they're back, but I'm glad the fans got them. Personally, I wanted more Third Strike characters, if I'm being honest. I wanted Q, I wanted Oro, I wanted Necro or 12, I wanted some more Third Strike characters, but I'm okay with what we got, I'm satisfied. I think out of all the characters that got revealed, I'm the most excited for Faulk. Even though she has a really lame name, I'm still the most excited for her. I have a soft spot for female characters lately, a really big soft spot. I like characters who are more nimble and can move around and do crazy agile stuff, and who are very aggressive. We haven't had a single female character outside of Manat who's defensive in this game. Okay, that's about all I can think of to ramble about. I'm sorry for it being so unorganized. I have no script in front of me, no bullet points. I was kind of just rambling off my brain. That's why it sounds kind of random, but either way, I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please leave a like down below. And while you're down there, go ahead and post a comment too. What are your thoughts on Sakura and all the Season 3 characters? If you want more videos like this or simply love my voice, then please subscribe and hit the bell. That will notify you when I make a new video. And you never want to miss them because they're always fun. Make sure to come back next time, and as always, stay underdogs.